Good morning. This is Kellerland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Multiple fire departments were called to a large grass fire northeast of Fort Thompson yesterday. These pictures were taken in the area. You can see smoke billowing off in the distance.
The Gann Valley Fire Department tells Kellerland News that the burn area is around 10 miles long and 2 miles wide. It started as the dump at Fort Thompson was being burned. No one was hurt. 3 fire departments were kept busy with a Monday morning fire in southeastern South Dakota. It happened at a building on Main Avenue in Lesterville. Yankton Fire says they were called to help Lesterville Fire around 4 a.m.
Tabor Fire Department also responded. Smoke could be seen coming from the building. Firefighters were also seen cutting holes into the roof.
Investigators are looking into what sparked a fire in Humboldt. Our Kellerland News crew was able to capture this video of the scene.
It happened early this morning in the central part of town. The Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office says everyone inside was able to get out safely.
1 man is dead after an explosion northeast of Clear Lake. The Dual County Sheriff's Office says it happened at Tech Ord just after 2 o'clock Monday afternoon.
The explosion happened outside of the building. No one else was hurt. Dual County Sheriff, along with the South Dakota DCI and ATF, are investigating the incident.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. As we continue through the day today, we'll watch our strong winds coming in from the south across eastern and southeastern Kellerland. That will help our temperatures warm. Numbers in the 70s and 80s for afternoon highs today. And then after today, we'll get that northwest wind to kick in. Look what happens to our temperature. It drops 20 degrees, and we'll have a couple of days actually below average as we do hit the 50s for highs as we hit about, well, that would be Thursday of this week. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Farmers across the region are busy with fall harvest following a summer that brought very little rain to some. We checked in with some farmers near Menno to see how things are going so far.
Mitch Meloff, a farmer and agronomist with Prosper Ag, says target yield is around 180 to 200 bushels per acre for corn and 50 to 60 bushels per acre for soybeans. He says farmers in the area are seeing anywhere from 20 to 40% of that.
Well, crop insurance makes that a lot better. Farmers, we take what we get. We harvest every year, whether there's 0 bushels to the acre or sometimes 200 plus in corn. We've got to go out there and harvest it, and fortunately enough, we all buy crop insurance and can insure our livelihoods in that way.
You can hear from a few additional farmers in the Menno area with this story right here on Kellerland.com. Native American Day started with a moment of prayer in Sioux Falls Monday morning.
Dozens of people gathered in Lyon Park where drummers led prayer songs and an honoring song for the parade grand marshal. She says events like this are an opportunity for Indigenous people to show pride in their culture.
We're very proud of our heritage and stuff, so I think that's why it's good to have days like this. You know, every day should be Native American Day.
People attending the ceremony greeted Grand Marshal Barb Jens, who was honored for her volunteer work in the community by teaching sewing and beadwork to others.
A large crowd also gathered downtown for the return of the Native American Day Parade.
It was canceled last year due to the pandemic, but this year people made their way downtown to watch and learn about Native American cultures.
And I think that's very important because us living here in the city with, not affiliated to any Native American community, we don't know about the problems that they are going through. And I think it's very important to bring awareness to everyone about the social problems that they're encountering.
Monday's parade was to honor school teachers. In honor of the children who lost their lives at the Rapid City Indian boarding school over 100 years ago, people took a memorial walk.
People held signs representing about 50 children who died as they walked to where the boarding school once stood.
It's a very difficult thing to talk about, but to be here and to recognize the past, to shine light on this ugly past, this thing that happened, is important.
This is an annual event that has been going on for around 5 years.
With Halloween just around the corner, the Washington Pavilion is preparing to show off some spooky science this Saturday. The Spooky Science event features interactive Halloween-themed activities throughout the Kirby Science Discovery Center.
You can expect to find spooky slime making, spider beanbag toss, and other activities to participate in. Halloween costumes are encouraged but not required. All children will take home a bag of treats. Tickets for the event are on sale now. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karsten. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast today, looking at those 80s one more time, trying to move into the southeast. Yankton, Sioux Falls probably involved with that. Then we transition to some 70s here. Even Aberdeen and Pierre could hit that mark today. But even 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, northwest winds. They're pushing in. They're starting to really taper down on that temperature profile. And we're looking at maybe a couple of showers here late this evening through Sioux Falls. If we get that, it's not going to be much. It won't last long. And then tomorrow, the only other element we're keeping an eye on tomorrow, well, there's a couple things. Obviously, the temperature's cooler. The winds are much stronger, 40, 50, maybe even a gust of 60. You get that kind of wind, and in a dry environment, fire weather watches are in effect. And also, as we entertain the dry fire weather risk, there might be some instability lighter showers tomorrow that try to pop up there. I would hesitate to call those things anything heavy, though. They're going to be very sparsely populated due to the dry environment below. Here's a look at that wind forecast. There's that push today in the west. That's 20 to 40. We're going to see the winds slide back down a little bit tonight, but they're going to come right back tomorrow. Very strong. More wind on Thursday. We're not done. In fact, we could even argue Rapid City might even have another day of winds over 40 at times on Friday. So I guess it's the change of the seasons, and the old wind is back. All right, 77 today, Chamberlain, 81 in Mitchell. Here's your 7-day forecast. Instead of 70s and 80s, we're probably looking at 50s into Thursday. Maybe we get to the 60s Friday and Saturday, but I would hesitate to say anything warmer than that. And then next week, either Sunday or Monday, we start dropping, and that's going to be probably the strongest cold front yet in the series we've had. And Aberdeen, at this point, we've targeted day 6, day 7 in the 40s. Maybe some showers with that, but this pattern still is pretty dry. There's nothing really in the 7-day timeline to say any meaningful rain or snow. The Pier forecast, 60s will pop back in on Friday and Saturday. We do want to note that warm up in Rapid on Friday up to 70, but it'll be short-lived. We'll go back downhill next week. Check out more details at kettleland.com.